welcome to Over a Beer, sponsored by Mueller Brewing Company. As always, I am your host, Matt Mueller, culture editor at OnMilwaukee, and I am joined by Katie Leinenkugel.
Hi.
And in case the last name didn't give it away, she works at Leinenkugels as a what's the all official title?
I'm on the brand team.
She's
but
on the
yeah.
brand team.
Yeah.
She made it sound so much simpler than I did. Before we start, this just isn't right. We gotta fix this.
That's better.
There
it's
we
much
are.
better.
There we are. Cheers.
Cheers.
So, obviously we have to start with the beer.
Yeah.
Was being a part of the family business always in the cards for you? Does a Leinenkugel have to go into the brewery?
No.
Really?
And originally I did not. So I graduated from Minnesota.
Go Gophers.
Go Gophers. Not in the Drink Wisconsinably pub. We
Oh,
can't
no.
say that.
I'm never allowed here again. I've failed.
But yeah, I graduated with a degree in advertising, and I ended up moving down to Texas, Dallas, and I taught first grade for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
And then I was a principal of an elementary school.
Oh, wow.
And then eventually got my MBA from UT Austin, and that's kind of when I made the decision to let's go back to business and what you know and what you love, and here I am.
So you went from teaching children to beer and alcohol.
Which to me makes a lot of sense.
This is true, actually.
I mean,
what is the biggest difference between Wisconsin bar and drinking culture and Texas bar and drinking culture? Other than everything, it seems
I mean,
like.
yes, everything. There are I feel like a lot less frat boys in Wisconsin, which is great.
Well, that's good. I
Yeah.
was afraid you were going to say there's a lot less frat boys in Texas, and I was going to be like,
Oh, yeah, no. A lot less cowboys in general, but
That's good.
Wisconsin just knows how to have fun in a way that I don't think any other state does.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, growing up, were you allowed to drink other beers? Were you a beer fan to begin with, or?
I've always loved beer. Of course, when I turned 21.
Drink responsibly and Wisconsinly, everybody.
Absolutely. I've always loved Leinenkugels. I mean, that's just obviously what I grew up around. But growing up, we always knew that other beers were bad. Like, they were the
Really?
bad guys. And like, whenever I wanted a root beer, if we were out at a restaurant, like, I was not allowed to get Sprecher.
Really?
It's all I wanted. But I mean, we knew those things growing up. But
That
yeah.
was the forbidden fruit.
It
of the
was,
Leinenkugel
it
flavor.
was.
Have you ever had one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, it was a special treat if we were allowed to
okay.
just have the damn Sprecher.
Was it as good as you hoped it would be?
It's so good. I still won't drink their beer, but that root beer, it's good stuff.
So at Leinenkugels, what do you guys kind of have coming down the pipeline? Literally in a lot of cases.
Yeah, we've got a lot of really cool things coming out next year. And people should start seeing it on shelf around March.
Okay.
I can't say much more, but be on the lookout.
Drink more. Maybe we'll get more answers.
Absolutely, absolutely not. I would get killed. But there's some really fun stuff coming out in the next year for us. And then of course we have our beers that everybody knows and loves. So Shandy will be back next year, and then I mean the other beers that everybody loves will be here.
Obviously, the kind of hard seltzer canned cocktails, that kind of revolution's been going on for the last few years now.
Yeah.
How do you guys, as a beer company, kind of take that on and kind of, keep carving away your part of that market?
That's a very interesting question.
Sorry.
No, it's definitely something that has impacted the beer industry as a whole, and not just Leine's, but it's something that we are working with and adapting for, but at the same time, we're a 152-year-old brewery, and we'll always have beer, and it's what we are good at. It's what we know. It's what's been in our family for 6 generations. So beer is not going away for us.
Do you have a favorite Leinenkugels beer? Do you have a favorite?
Absolutely. So I love Leine's Oktoberfest. My absolute favorite Märzen style beer. And that's seasonal, of course. So
and we're coming up on that season.
Oh yeah, it's on tap here at Drink Wisconsinably.
Hey!
Right. It is definitely here. And we are definitely in Oktoberfest season. It's my favorite seasonal. So if I have to choose like a year-round though, canoe paddle Kolsch is my absolute favorite.
All right.
It's so easy to drink and it's great.
It is. That is one of my favorites
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
Coming back to Wisconsin from Texas, obviously the temperature is the big difference. But
Yep.
what else was different about coming back to Wisconsin after 8 years? You said away from the state. What was kind of the biggest change and acclimation you had to make?
It's like, it's hard to describe, but it's like the feeling of being home and being surrounded by people that like get you because you're from Wisconsin, if that makes any sense. Like there's such a pride for this state and a pride in this state that people have that I don't think they have in other states. People from Wisconsin are like, I love this state. I love what it offers. People from here love the weather, even though it can get insane.
We like complaining about the weather.
We do. Even today, what did I just say? Like the weather's disgusting, but like
it's currently
I'm not going to
91
complain.
degrees outside in the middle
And
of
so
September,
humid. It's so gross.
and
But
all we're doing is complaining about it. And
but this is every day in Texas, so I'll take this.
This is true.
And then a freezing cold winter. But yeah, I think people just have a pride for this state.
Yeah,
And I love that, and I missed that a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's crazy that you would say that in comparison to Texas, which Texas always seems so boastful about, like, don't mess with Texas, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But that Wisconsin's the one that seems to have this more tight-knit community.
Absolutely. And just like the small town feel, it took a lot of years in Texas to kind of run into people I knew. But here it's like, I see people every day that I know or I'm familiar with already. And I just love that small town, close-knit community feeling that you get here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask the hardest question of the bunch.
Oh God.
I found out that you were a fan of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette.
I am.
And as OnMilwaukee's resident Bachelor and Bachelorette expert, you also auditioned for the show.
Oh my God, auditioned is like a strong term.
You
I
put
applied.
In for it. You applied.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Oh my God, my much younger years, young and naive, but gosh, it was right after, it would have been Nick's season, which would have made it interesting too, being that he's from Wisconsin, but yeah, it would have been that season, but it didn't go very far.
So what does it all entail?
Oh God, it's like this big application process, like they're getting your entire background check. It's pretty insane. And then you have to make sure you have a passport because of the travel and whatnot. And then you have to choose pictures. We did a video. My brother's like a videographer, so we made it pretty like professional. And I had like my friends come over and help me choose pictures. Oh God, it was an ordeal. Literally didn't get past the first stage. I'm still available, Bachelor. Call me.
You're your first ABC. This can be the video test. Did you watch Nick Viall's season then, and you were like,
I did. Yeah, I did.
Who's your favorite?
He seems like a good guy.
He does now.
Yeah.
During
it
his
took
season,
him a little bit.
Yeah, he had to do some TV training to
Right.
try to do a decent person.
Right. He had to like change his personality.
Yeah.
He went through something.
He went through some stuff.
Yep.
I think this will be out by the time we debut this video. But who would you rather see as the next Bachelor, Peter or Mike?
Mike.
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 No hesitation.
Mike.
And multiple Mikes.
Mike. 100%.
Would you audition for Mike?
100%. And he's in Dallas. Like it would just be perfect.
ABC, come on.
ABC, call me. I'm super available.
So I ask this at the end of every interview because we are sponsored by Mueller Brewing Company. What would you call the high life moment of your life? The kind of moment that you realized you were achieving what you wanted to achieve, or hit a milestone you wanted to hit. What's been your high life moment so far?
Oh my gosh, that's a big question.
We went from Bachelor to massive life question.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, touch my mic. That makes me sweat a little bit, but
it is 91 degrees outside.
That's true. I would say my high life moment, honestly, was moving back to Wisconsin. There's of course a lot more that goes into that, but I think understanding that this is probably where I was meant to be all along, and having my family here, my friends, I love this state. I wouldn't change that. So yeah.
Can't ask for a better ending to the video. Thank you, Katie Leinenkugel, so much for joining us here at Drink Wisconsinly. Thank you for watching, and feel free to join us for our next Over a Beer, sponsored by Mueller Brewing Company.
Cheers.
Cheers.